We've all been aware of the COVID-19 pandemic for nearly 4 years since the pandemic began. Everyone has begun to work and learn online. Many people struggle to manage their work or studies while also caring for their families. As you can see, there's a lot that needs to be done, and no one enjoys doing heavy work. Everything has simple solution. As for today, I would like to persuade you to consider online learning is better than physical learning. There are many reasons to consider why is online learning is better than physical learning. The first one is it is simpler to look after your family. Secondly, online learning can save a lot of money. And finally, the classes are easier to attend. Many of you may believe that physical learning is better than online learning because it is easier to complete assignments or communicate with others. You will begin to realize once you understand all of the advantages. According to Santa Clara University, polled hundreds of distance learners about their experience with online learning. Respondents were asked about their ability to interact with peers and professors, how well they could study in a virtual environment, and whether they would recommend online learning to others. For the majority of questions, more than half of respondents recognized and valued the benefits of online classes. Online learning could cause a lot of benefits, such as it is simpler to look after your family. As an example, you don't want anything bad happen to them when you're not home, right? Aside from that, online learning teaches you how to manage your time so that you can study and spend time with your family. In your spare time, you can assist your parents with housework, which will lessen their burden. In my own experience, online learning allows me to always be with my family during difficult times. My mother was ill at the time, and I'll feel great taking care of her, driving her to the hospital, and doing whatever I could do to help her recover. Imagine how heavy my heart would be if I wasn't there to care of her. It is also feel great to have extra time with your family. Isn't it nice to have someone take care of you when you're sick? Your mother in particular will always look after your mealtimes. If I wasn't alone and not feeling well, I might not be able to get my own food. In fact, even if you are sick, you can still attend your online classes because you can join the classes using your phone and listen to the lectures while laying in bed. Now that you learned the first benefit, let's move on to the next one, shall we? So the second benefit I will talk about is another advantages of online learning. I think everyone knows how high the cost of living outside world. Online courses are readily available on much lower budgets because you don't need to spend money on eating outside and you don't need to pay for on-campus housing or laundries. By staying at home, you can keep your money in your savings. You only pay for university credits when you take online classes. This is an excellent option for those looking to save money. When you have your own savings, you can buy things for studies, such as books or stationery, without having to ask your parents for money. You will only spend money on things you want to spend money on, rather than worrying about house rent or the cost of living outside. Alright, so now that everyone acknowledges about how it saves a lot of money, let's not waste our time and move on to my last point, which is classes are easier to attend. You have more time to get prepared. Just wake up and sit in front of your laptop. For example, you don't have to iron your clothes every morning to get ready for your class. No one will know if you are still in your pajamas unless you have to turn on your camera. But anyways, just wear appropriate clothes. Also, why is it easier to attend online class? Is because you don't have to leave your homes or offices to study because you can access virtual campus from the comfort of your own home or office. It is easier to study according to your learning style, and you can also multitask during the class. For example, you can fold clothes while listening to lectures. You could save a lot of time by doing so. Next, it is easier for you to understand because you can just text your lecturers if there is anything you wanted to ask. Besides, if you miss a class, you could go back and watch the class recording. I hope I have convinced you to consider that there are numerous reasons why online learning is preferable. Let's go through what we have learned today, shall we? The first one is, it is simpler to look after your family. Then, it saves a lot of money and classes are easier to attend. Now, you will realize how online classes are better than physical learning, right? Remember to always work smarter, not harder. That is all from me. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening. Hope to see you in another time. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum.